This man was able to trade a red paperclip for a house. But who would take that deal? Here's how he did it. Back in 2005, Kyle McDonald took a children's game called Bigger Better, where you trade something up small to something slightly better, and he turned it into a real-life social experiment. His goal? To see how far he could go. Now, in just 14 trades over the span of 12 months, he managed to hit the jackpot. The following is every single trade that he made, starting with a red paperclip, and what each item was worth back in 2005. So, of course, Kyle started with a red paperclip. From there, he traded it for a fish-shaped pen. Then, a hand-sculpted doorknob. Next was a Coleman camping stove. Traded that for a used Honda generator, to then an instant party kit. Now, this came with a keg, a neon sign, and an IOU for a party. This next one was a big leap. He traded that party kit for a used snowmobile, which then he traded for a trip to Yacht, British Columbia. He swapped out the trip for a used cube van, which then got traded for a recording contract. We're talking studio time and full production. He then traded that for 1 year's rent in Phoenix, Arizona. Now, it's worth noting that the average rent for Phoenix back in 2005 was around $650 a month. He took that rent and he traded it for an afternoon with Alice Cooper. From there, he swapped that for a rare Kiss snow globe. Now, value-wise, this may not have been so expensive, but if you're a Kiss collector, this would go for a lot. And he managed to trade that in for a movie role in a real film. But of course, he didn't stop there. He then traded that movie role for a house in Kipling, Saskatchewan. Now, the people that accepted the trade for the house was the town of Kipling. They offered up the house as a part of a genius marketing move. The town wanted attention. They needed new residents and they needed tourism. So at this point, Kyle's journey was so viral that they decided, we need to be a part of this. And it worked. Yes, they did trade Kyle a real house. In return, they got over 3,000 people to come out, media swarmed in, and the town made international news. But what happened to the house? Well, Kyle didn't end up keeping it. Instead, he organized a writing contest and gave the house away to a woman from Toronto. All she had to do was move to Kipling and start a new life. Now let's go back to the movie role for a second. This was a small role in an indie comedy called Donna on Demand. But of course, he didn't take that because he traded it for the house. Since now the town of Kipling had that, they also held a contest. And they ended up giving the role to 18-year-old local actor Nolan Hubbard. So in the end, Kyle McDonald didn't really take anything home. He traded all the way up to a house just to give it back to the community. Now I'm curious to know, how many trades do you think it would take in 2025 to end up with a house? Be sure to comment down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.